What's up, fam? I'm back at the LZ compound, and that's no cap. What are we doing today? We're gonna be doing some Subaru things. After an awesome week at Formula Drift, we're gonna dive into my very first rally car that I picked up 2 weeks ago. A 2005 WRX STI that had a lot of good parts on it. It was originally a six-figure build that had won some serious races. Mechanically, the car is pretty dialed, but aesthetically, on the outside, it definitely does not fit in with the LZ fleet. While I was gone at Formula Drift, Ray and Josh hopped on the car to give it about a 1-week bodywork and paint job, and that's where we're gonna start. Now, I don't mind a car that's a little beat up and rough around the edges, but I like it when it's my own abuse. And this car has some dents, had some scratches, and a bunch of spray paint from the previous owner. So before we paint it, of course, we want to get it looking as good as we can. And Ray basically used his discretion to take care of the stuff that would take the least amount of time to fix and would give the biggest overall impression, making the car look as good as possible.
Right now we got this couple cracks on the wing. We weren't really gonna fix them, but figure might as well get it a little bit better. So yeah, we're gonna open it up right now with this. It's just like a bird.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna use Duraglass, and hopefully that kind of holds it together enough. Duraglass is fiberglass reinforced Bondo.
Gotcha,
so
okay.
Might be able to hold it together well.
In case you missed it, I'm here to remind you that we just dropped tickets for the LZ World Tour Canada stop. Last year we were in Toronto and it was insane. This year we're going to ICAR in Quebec, and for the next 24 hours we have an early bird tickle. I said tickle. And for the next 24 hours we have an early bird special, and you'll get 10% off your ticket, but you gotta hurry. May 18th and 19th, Montreal, Quebec. I'll see you there. You know, in the very beginning, I was thinking, why don't we just leave this thing white and put some cool graphics on top of it? But I decided this is gonna be the first car of mine that we end up painting red. What an amazing thing to come home from Formula Drift to. The boys knocked it out of the park once again. Behold, the most beautiful Subaru paint job of any Subaru I've ever owned. It is absolutely unreal. So originally the car was actually supposed to be gold, and I can't remember who brought it up, but there was a really good point that a lot of the rally stages are actually in mud and stuff that is gold. I thought gold was going to stick out because of trees, but really there's a lot of mud in rally. So the idea was to paint it a color that would stand out. I love World Rally blue. I think it's the coolest thing, but every Subaru is blue, so why not go red? And I wanted to look dark and aggressive, and when we painted a bunch of different swatches that I'll put on the screen here, there was like a Lamborghini red, there was a Porsche red, and this is actually Ford's Ruby red, but tinted a little bit darker, so it still has the metallic of like World Rally blue, but it's dark, aggressive. Like if it's not in the sun, it looks like super, super dark maroon. Yeah, this thing came out gangster. Ray got a new anti-static gun too, so like the clear came out probably the best of any other car he's ever done right out of the gun. It's sick. It looks like one of these headlights might be a little bit older than the other. Before the bumper goes on, the headlights need to go in. We're gonna get them looking nice. Same ceramic headlight restoration kit from Grios that we sell on the website. This stuff is gangster. It's gonna have these things looking brand new. Now, to be completely honest, you guys have seen me do a few of these at this point, so I like to think I'm an expert, but it takes about 30 minutes to do a set of headlights if you're moving quick. And not only does it last long, it's also incredibly affordable. This kit is 30 bucks on LZMFG, and with that, you're going to get entered for a chance to win our Signal Green F80 M3. I think it gets you 5 entries into the sweepstakes. Baller car, 15 grand cash in your pocket, and you can clean up your headlights in the process. Check it out. These things move really fast on our site, and it will probably sell out after this video goes up, like every time it does when I mention it.
Better call Zach.
Better call Zach. Other than wanting the Subaru to be a little bit more on brand, the real reason why we went a little overkill on the paint job is for a new partnership that I am announcing with STEK. So, true story, we've actually been planning to do something with my new GT3 RS. I told you guys that I ordered one a very long time ago, but it keeps getting delayed and delayed and delayed. And I knew that this Subaru project was coming up, so I kind of pitched the idea of PPFing the entire car, but obviously, if we did it on paint that wasn't that great, it wouldn't be a good showcase of their film. Now, the film that we're gonna be using is their Dynamite, and this is a 10 mil thick film, which is about 4 times thicker than your average vinyl wrap. So this is gonna really protect the paint. But the thing that I'm the most excited for, STEK is known for a ridiculous amount of clarity in the film. So having a really nice base paint job and then putting this over the top, the finish should be gangster, not like that old school PPF that's got a bunch of orange peel on it. I want to introduce you guys to Stuart from Artisan Auto Styling. He's here helping with the install. I do not feel like I'm certified to install myself. Not now, probably not ever.
You're pretty talented. You could probably pick it up quicker than most.
You can show me, maybe a roll cage. We'll leave it at the roll cage.
For sure, we'll do something like that. But yeah, man, we're absolutely flattered to be here. And thanks so much for trusting us and bringing us in to help us with your next venture. And also, you know, rally cars, they get really dirty too. So I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of times like where you go out on a trail and stuff like that, and you have to hose this bad boy down. So there is a nano ceramic built into the top coat as well. So, you know, cleaning off your dirty rally car after some time in the trails and some jumps is gonna be much, much easier now. So you're gonna love that.
I get nervous with wiping down cars. Like obviously you're not always like easy to have access to like water or whatever. I know that PPF and specifically this has good self-healing properties.
Correct.
But I've like, can you explain that? Because it's never made sense to me and I feel like I don't believe it.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So like if you were to like, you know, go slam into a wall, obviously we're gonna repair from that, right? But from mild scratches and swirls and things like that you would see coming from, you know, just bad washes or somebody just like taking a gritty microfiber and grinding into your clear coat, and then stuff that otherwise you would go, oh my gosh, now this needs a full polish or a full paint correction. That stuff you don't have to worry about anymore. So wiping this car down, not only is it gonna bead and the dirt's just gonna come right off of it so much easier. If there is a little grit here and there, just park it out in the sun and it's gonna self-heal on its own. You can throw hot water on it. I could take a wire brush to it and go like this on your top coat and throw hot water on it right in front of your face and you'd watch them disappear. It's pretty wild.
Let's not do that on the car, but let's do that off the car because I would actually like to see that.
We'll have to show you that at some point because it's a super cool demo and it's very powerful visually and you go, oh, this is real. And it's super cool.
Yeah, I still don't buy it. I used to buy like self-healing cutting mats for like, you know, when you're like cutting on a tail or something.
Yeah.
I feel like they never healed.
Yeah, I don't know. Those are sometimes hit or miss sometimes and then, you know.
We'll test it.
Yeah, for sure. One last little just light clay bar. I know you guys have put some good time into the paint work, and we're just getting the last little layer of contamination that might just be embedded into it. Do a little alcohol wipe down too, make sure there's no residue. See that right there? That's why we do that step, because we don't want that in the PPF. We're gonna get started laying down this fender, and then as quickly as we can, we'll shift over to this one. Kill some static. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. I'm using about as pure solutions as I can. I don't like to use a lot of, some people favor using slips with too much like chemical in it, and a lot of them have lotion these days. So what that does is that leaves like a residue behind. So you can see like I've got a pretty soapy mixture, but I'm also tacking it really fast. Another magic thing is using distilled water. So if you just pre-buy your water, you don't have to fight the filtration of somewhere else. Like it's not like I'm using water hose water or something like that. So that's another way to control the result really fast, is to just make sure that all of your water is coming from the same source. Let the big companies handle the filtration for you. We're gonna do a little stretch this way. Pick that up. And instead of stretching on the paint, I'm gonna kind of stretch it in the air and then try to place it that way. That way we don't risk too much disruption of the adhesive. I'm gonna move that liquid where I want it to go. And that's basically like a hinge point now. So we got that nice body line right there to where if we need to adjust anything down here, we're kind of working from the body line down. Keep this open and move our stuff where we want to go.
This stuff never really creases, does it?
It can. You gotta be trying pretty hard to crease it though. Or like something, you're probably not lubricating the top of your panel well enough or something like that. But creasing, it's a little different, a little bit of a different animal.
Woo! Isn't she a beauty? Look over there.
I always kick myself because I forget to remind you guys to like the video. So this is the random insertion in the video where I remind you guys, ow, that really hurt. I hope they like the video. Ah. Oh, why did I do that?
When do we get to do the test where we beat up some PPF and see if it heals?
But we need boiling water for that, huh?
Heat gun.
True. That'll work.
Yep, heat gun will work.
I'm excited for this.
Let's
I'm
do it.
gonna work on that while you do the important stuff.
All right, cool. He's gonna be in the back playing.
Yep.
Let me find something to PPF.
You know, me and Mike had a discussion when you said it was 10 mil thick. I presented as 10 millimeters, not realizing that mil's a different unit of measurement.
Correct.
And Mike's like, that's impossible. And I was like, no, dude, that's what he said. So we looked up and then we were like, oh wait, yeah, 10 millimeters would be like that
Yes,
thick.
that's not the first time I've had to have that discussion with people.
It's very misleading.
Correct, it is. I thought the same. I was like, hold on, what? And they're like, mils. It took me a minute too, even whenever I was first learning. And then it's like, I forget what it actually is. It's like 1,000th of an inch or something like that.
Yep. I think it's equal to like 0.002 or 0.02
Something like
millimeters.
that. Yeah, it's a very obscure number.
What's the purpose of the soap on the table?
Just to keep the static down and to keep it on the table. Yeah. And then like I'll spray before I pull the backing too. This is a cap sheet on it as well. It's just a static thing and keeps the tables clean and keeps the dust down and all that. Even like when I do PPF, like the amount of people that were like, you do PPF, bro, you can totally do wrap. I'm like, guys, I'm flattered and I love you guys for it, but it is a different skill set. Yeah. And there's so many little subtle things. In my little world of operating, I was trying to install vinyl like PPF and I was my worst enemy because the technique set was different. And they're like, nah, bro, you just heat it and palm it. I'm like, if I even thought about doing that with PPF, I would have ruined the whole piece.
What happens with PPF when you do that?
Well, the PPF doesn't have any air release in it, so it's all wet apply.
Got it.
And the only thing you really have in your, in your tools of techniques is basically to stretch things out. And with vinyl, you can add heat and then stretch it, and you can add heat and it'll shrink back, and you don't get that kind of wiggle room with this. So it's all
if you stretch too far, you're done.
It's all in your stretch. Yep.
I was just doing this in the background because I didn't expect it to come out pretty good. I've never actually wet applied PPF properly. I just put a piece on a helmet, which is probably one of the most annoying curves ever. And I don't understand how it doesn't have bubbles, and it's
pretty wild. Like their adhesive and the way that film stretches, there is something, people don't want to admit it, but there's something fundamentally different about STEK's PPF that does allow it to do things that other brands struggle with.
But I didn't even stretch it. Like that's what
it's pretty crazy.
Let's see if I can do it without going through.
You want to get it to squeak, and if you can get it to squeak and it's talking to you, then you know you're only scoring the top.
I think I went too deep. It didn't squeak. Oh no, it's because I didn't do anything.
Oh.
Still too light. Does it actually squeak?
It will squeak, yeah. You might need a fresh blade. Did you get it?
I'm being too much of a little on this. Make it squeak.
Make it squeak. All right, look, we might have set you up for failure a little bit because I always like to start with a fresh blade, so that might have helped too. So we'll say that's what it was.
This is the biggest thing I always wanted to learn how to do.
It's not squeaking for me neither. Look, I'm a liar on camera. I got it, but now I want to do the squeak because now we've been talking about the squeak.
No, we'll do the squeak on something else. I want to do my scratch test.
He's like, I want to do this. Yeah, do the squeak on something else. Do my scratch test.
See what we're working with to start.
Mm-hmm.
You said just take a wire brush to this?
Mm-hmm, like if you had a little brass brush.
I'll find one. That is so cringe.
I don't know. It's like nails on a chalkboard.
I'm so happy we're doing this. I never believed in any of the self-healing stuff. All right, clearly swirled up.
Yeah.
You can see it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a heat gun. Can you like see it happen in real time?
Yeah. I was like, I don't believe you. I'm like, go ahead.
I think I see it working.
Mm-hmm. Might go a little hotter on the gun. The hot water is really extreme because it splashes and it's like. I think the scratches are gone. I think there's a residue.
Yeah. I was gonna. Oh yeah. That's crazy, dude.
What the hell?
Nah. I'm doing it again. How many times can you do this?
Let's find out.
I'm this thing up. So will this happen just in the sun?
Correct. So like if you had a black truck wrapped in this, you'd have the freshest truck on the block way longer than anybody
Oh, I think I
else.
went too hot.
Uh-oh. He cooked it.
Does that go
just
away?
a little bit. No, that one won't. I think there's a residue on the brush. Like
Yeah.
like whatever the cleaner was on the brush.
Yeah.
Like if it was a dry brush.
Well, there's no scratches. I just got a little lines. I wonder, watch that be for me cooking the paint underneath.
No, I would hope not.
We got a wild Andy from Bolts and Nuts in the building. Just gave me my favorite thing ever in the world. No more of those little plastic things.
No, yeah, this is the upgraded. This is solid aluminum, and it's got the tap holes for the screws, and then it's got the post for the nuts.
Dude, this is gangster. We could just saw off the standard side because we don't use that around here.
It's all laser etched.
Love that.
That's
this
nice.
is sick.
That's saucy.
It's a game changer.
It's the little things in life, man. It's the little things.
They're pretty cool.
The little things always make the biggest difference, right?
Stainless too?
Yep,
Damn, you spoil me.
So we got the big boy piece right there. And yeah, you're right, it is quite daunting. So we're gonna stencil that out and we're gonna make a big plotter right here live. And we're gonna manually do it instead of machine cutting it, because it is custom and it is a special car and it's got some details. So spend a little bit of extra time getting the patterns cut out, and we'll be as efficient as possible with the film usage. And I think once we get there, it's gonna look sweet, and that'll be the move. And we got plenty of film left over, so we're cooking right now.
Hell yeah.
Liking it, man. Liking it a lot. We're moving in the right direction. That's a big boy. See if I don't cut Adam's door live. Y'all see that one mark on the door? That's that PPF mother. He scratched that whole
It's that how to cut paint tutorial.
On today's episode, I'm gonna show y'all how to some shit. Don't put that on the internet.
I was trying to show the PPF off, but you can't even see it. It looks awesome.
That's the goal, man. So, you know, if it's not showing up on film, if the only thing you're picking up is gloss and clarity, then we know we're doing a good job, right? So sometimes we spend a lot of time and effort trying to hide all of our time and effort. So sometimes PPF can be a little anticlimactic, but if it brings out the depth and the clarity and the gloss, then that's exactly what we're aiming for.
Yeah.
So it's coming out fantastic so far, and we're getting ready to move into the next panel. We're just prepping some edges, making sure we get all the dirt and derbis and grease and anything that may have any sort of interference with film adhesion. But so far, I mean, for a freshly painted vehicle, you really could not ask for a better canvas to be working on.
True.
And that's a testament to the quality of the work that you guys do here as well, because for a rally car paint job, this thing's way above and beyond. So
I'd
hats
be
off.
happy with it for a show car paint job.
I mean, for sure, man. I mean, you see some shops cranking out some stuff and charging top dollar for retail customers that doesn't even come out this clean. So, you know, I mean, for a rally car, this is a cut above. This is fantastic. So hats off to the team and everyone that's doing such a great job and putting in the effort. I mean, it's pretty rare to see somebody wet sand and buff a rally car before
Right.
PPF, and then much less cover it all in PPF. So
Yeah.
as far as clean canvases go, I'd put money on it right now that this is going to be one of the cleanest rally cars in existence, period.
I know it's not technically fully done yet, but I think it's safe to say I'm probably gonna have the most certified gangster rally car ever in existence. This finish is absolutely unreal. I don't know if it's gonna be able to capture it on camera, but like even feeling it, like, oh, it's good. I'm really glad we went with like a heavy pearl color because I feel like if it was just like a normal standard non-metallic, it wouldn't show it off as much. But I do want to send a massive thank you to Stuart from Artisan Auto Styling for coming out here, tackling this. It's been a lot of fun hanging out. I'm going to put his socials up on the screen. Make sure to check out some more of his work. As a reminder, this is STEK Dynamite. So this is their 10 mil film. What you would typically use is their Dyno Shield, which is an 8 mil film, which is a lot easier to work with. But because this car is going to be getting abused and have lots of rocks thrown at it, it's a perfect candidate for Dynamite. I'm excited to see what the car looks like, but I got to hop on a flight. You guys are about to see it, and it's going to be good. Unfortunately, I'm not able to be there to see the car all finalized and assembled in person, but the boys were kind enough to send me some photos and it looks freaking amazing. For a rally car, we definitely went way above and beyond. Ray and Josh knocked it out of the park with a paint job, and I am so excited to have a new partnership with STEK. Even in photos, you can tell how next level the finish is on the PPF, and if I didn't tell you, you probably wouldn't even know. And you guys know, compared to anyone, we're gonna put it through the test because this car is gonna be used and abused. Its first event is right around the corner, and we still got some plans lined up for it before it leaves. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you're as stoked on this thing as I am, and I'll see you soon. That is so cringe. I'm so happy we're doing this. I never believed any of the self-healing stuff. I'm like, I don't believe it. I'm like, go ahead. I think I see it working.
I think the scratches are gone. I think there's a residue.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's crazy, dude.
What the hell?
Nah.